This is Momentum Traxx FM, and as we promised, we have the interview of the day. And while the topic would be on responsible consumerism, it isn't dead. It just needs a new approach. And today in the studios, we have the program director of EcoKnights, and this is none other than Fadly Bakhtiar, and I'm going to call him Fadly.
Yes.
Okay.
Hi.
Fadly, say hi.
Hi, hello.
Okay. And next, I think Fadly, this is not your first time here, right? You've been to Traxx.
I've had the pleasure to come here for a couple of times.
Great.
Yeah.
Okay, but it's the first time for this particular gentleman, and he's the co-founder, also known for HES Officer of Project Wood Works. Now we're going to find out a little bit more about Wood Works, and we have Wallace Fong. Wallace Fong, a very good morning to you. How are you today?
Good morning.
Okay, first time here.
Yeah, it's
and
my first time.
yes, we're going to hear a lot more from you on Project Wood Works, but not forgetting on EcoKnights. Okay, maybe Fadly, probably you can give a little highlight and touch and go to our listeners what EcoKnights is all about.
So, EcoKnights is an environmental organization based in Kuala Lumpur, and we've been around since 2005. So a lot of our works deals with communities and education and awareness in environmental education, and also we work with a lot of communities to basically encourage or influence them to live their lives more sustainably.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of our work deals with making sure how people are well informed about what they can do in their daily lives that can contribute to a better environment.
Okay, and you say better environment. Could you just go a little bit more deeper in that? How are they going to be choosing the right thing to get to be indulging in themselves or being associated with this thing which is known as a healthier environment?
Okay, so especially since the industrial revolutions and our populations of the world have increased, and the demand of natural resources has increased also.
Yes.
So because it's exponential, the growth was exponential, and now we are living in the planet where everyone is trying to use the natural resources, and it becomes unsustainable because there's more demands than what supply can produce.
Okay.
So our idea is one of the reason is because of how a human or how we as a society consume things, materials. So because of that, we need to look again at how we deal with our daily lives and what we can do to reduce or make our purchases or things that we buy more ethical.
Okay.
So you don't have to buy 10 of the same things. Why do you need 10 of the same things? Why do you eat and throw food that you buy some food and then you throw half of it? So it's unsustainable. So we want to tell people how they can live their life moderately and more responsible.
Okay.
So we can talk about that more, especially on this topic. Yeah.
Okay. So there you go. That was a very brief explanation on EcoKnights, as Fadly explained, and their approach in today's society. And okay, now a little bit about Project Wood Works. Okay, we have Wallace Fong right here, the co-founder of HES Officer of Project Wood Works. This is okay. So let's hear it from Project Wood Works, and what is it all about?
Yeah, hi. Project Wood Works is actually a brand. It's a product brand that actually wants to promote and also educate our customer, our consumer on conscious purchasing behavior, promoting conscious purchase behavior in a way that we use our product to educate our user, our consumers. So what we do is that we utilize environmental friendly materials, or we call it sustainable materials, to create our products and also to design our products. And also we have our efforts in environmental conservation, which what we do is like we are having a collaboration with a local NGO
Okay.
They are called the Landscape Malaysia and Tropical Rainforest Conservation and Research Center. For every product we sell, we are planting a tree in Malaysia. So
okay.
that's how we work as a social enterprise. We call ourselves as a social enterprise, doing business at the same time. We do goods to the society and also to the environment.
Okay. And would you also explain probably later, and how do you get this message out to the society, and what are the platforms we use? Okay, as everybody knows, everybody's going digital savvy and things like that and all that. Is that something that has been implemented also in your methods of promoting it to the society?
Yes. Right now we doesn't only promote in our social medias and in digital world. I mean, but we do go out to the consumer, to the publics, educate them how purchasing a product which is ethically produced will be able to benefit them and also benefits the communities. Yeah.
Okay, interesting. So there you go. This is a little brief in what's going to happen right here till probably 12, just before we bring on the news. And this is the responsible consumerism. It's not dead. It just need a new approach. That's the topic we're talking about. And we have Fadly, who is the program director of EcoKnights and the co-founder of Project Wood Works. And he is Wallace Fong. Meantime, we're going to take a short song break, and we'll be back and give you more elaborated responsibilities of these two gentlemen sitting in our studios right here in Traxx FM. Yes, they've got a big responsibility to the society, and they will be explaining it in a very short while from now. Meantime, back to more great tunes from me. This is Momentum. Gilbert right here, and we'll be back shortly right after this one from Major, and it's all about the money. Well, it's Crazy Town, taken up from the album The Gift of Game, released in 1999, and the songwriter was Miles Davis. Well, he's been around since the 80s. Go read about Miles Davis. Fantastic. Anyway, getting back to the interview of the day, and of course our topic for today is responsible consumerism. Is it dead or it needs a new approach? And in the studios we have the program director of EcoKnights, that's Fadly Bakhtiar, and Wallace Fong is the co-founder. He's a HES officer of Project Wood Works. He explained to you just now on what is Wood Works all about, and Fadly gave a brief explanation on the responsibilities of being a responsible consumer and what EcoKnights is all about. Okay, so now we're going to get back to our interview, and together with our guests in the studio, and we're gonna get a little bit more, or go a little bit more deeper in the green market, its strategies, and how do you become a responsible consumer, and what is green market? The question is put out to you, Fadly.
Okay, before we start, before I explain to you about what green market is, I just take a little bit step behind. So green market is actually, it came from one of the pillars under the Sustainable Development Goals.
Okay.
Basically, Sustainable Development Goals are a collection of 17 global goals set by United Nations. It is adopted by world leaders in the 2016. So basically, each of these goals are interrelated, and each has its own target. So one of the targets in the Sustainable Development Goal is goal number 12, which is sustainable consumption and production. So essentially, what it's trying to address is that the current consumer patterns, we as a consumer, the current consumer patterns, especially in three main areas, which is fashion, food, and lifestyle products, such as body products, accessories, and all that. It's mass produced, it's mainstream, it's margin driven, it's also irresponsible and unsustainable, and sometimes unethical. These are all proven by reports, like companies that produce products that is unsustainable, unethical, and breaking a lot of human rights and whatsoever. So essentially, these problems of our consumer patterns leads to pollution, because we buy and we throw out
Okay.
We buy and we
Yes.
dispose. We buy and dispose.
Certainly do agree with that.
So it leads to pollution and also to climate change in a bigger aspect. So what it does, Green Market, is a program or an initiative by EcoKnights to basically to address two things. One is to the consumer and another one is to the businesses. To the consumer is we want to create demand to the consumer by introducing, by informing, by giving them opportunities to have an alternative to purchase something that is more sustainable, something that is more ethical, right?
Something
So
which is more eco-friendly. you mean?
eco-friendly,
Okay.
organic, ethical, responsible, and whatnot. So that is to the consumer. So
Okay.
the other one is to also create some sort of pressure, in a good way, to the businesses,
The manufacturer.
the manufacturers, even the businesses, the
Retailers.
even
Okay.
the sellers, like even like Project Wood Works, right? As a retailer or as a business owner, to look into how they produce and how they process their products and their businesses to be to have more accountability on what they purchase, how they produce their products, who do they source it from, and also to to be more legitimate, and lastly, essentially to be to be certified. So we want these businesses to be transparent about their business.
Doesn't that take a lot of money and time and effort, manpower?
For who? For
your
us?
side. Yeah, to go
so
out there and making sure that this
so
things.
that is the mandate of an environmental organization. So we have a mandate that we need to make sure that the environment is taken care by every part of the society, business, consumers, and all. So this is
Understand.
one of the initiatives that we do. Of course, it will take a lot of time, a long time, and a lot of money, but we hope that with a lot of demands, people will see that this is, as the topic of today is, a new approach to it. It
Okay.
needs a new approach to how we purchase, how we deal with our consumer patterns, how we buy things, how we look at things like plastic.
Implanting a subliminal message in your head all the
Yeah,
time. So when you
because-
see it, oh no, it's not right. And
Yeah,
you see that, oh, I think that's
It
right.
used to be that probably about 100 years ago, our grandparents, great grandparents, and they buy only what they need.
Yes.
They only buy, they only source it from their local farmers or their local business.
Right.
But now, whatever that we wear now comes from another country, few thousand miles, many thousand miles away, using, say, labors, cheap labors, and unsustainable, using a lot of chemicals. So it's really, if you look at it again now, it's crazy how we've been using things just because we need it fast and throw it fast without knowing where it comes from and whether it actually contributes to the economics of
Yes.
the locals and whatnot. So
Many people, I think, Fadly, many people don't understand needs and wants.
I think they understand.
They know.
It's
That means it's desire.
It's just the desire.
Desire.
It's
There you
desire.
go.
I mean, I know what I need, but I also have a lot of things that I want, which is that is the patterns. I'm partly guilty for it, but
Yes,
because I'm
all of us are.
trying to educate myself and trying to be more conscious and more
Okay.
sensible of my purchasing.
I agree.
So now we are doing this together with everyone to have bigger group of people who continuously talk about how we can change our lifestyle. I'm not saying that we should go back to the like go into cave.
There was a very strong time where we were heading in this direction.
Yep.
And to what I know, that our very own Malaysian football jersey was made out of mineral water containers.
Plastic bottle, yeah, PET.
Plastic bottle containers.
Yeah, PET.
And the designer, the people who carry the brand, they did an excellent job.
Yep.
But at that time, everybody was, the green, let's go green, and things
Yeah.
like that. But it has slowed down for a while. I think.
Perhaps I think those are, I would say, more gimmicky. Like more gimmick, like it's World Cup and it's Euro.
So
and
everybody just came out there,
came out-
did something, and just disappeared.
But that's the start. To us, like whatever good thing is a start.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that is in the big corporations. So we need to pressure from the small organizations to the big corporations to continuously look into this. There are a few companies in Malaysia that also produce products
Yeah.
from PET, from that
Yes,
material.
I agree.
So from bamboo products, or even
Yeah.
like Project Wood Works, from used wood or recycled wood. So we need more of this. We need more of this. What is the difference between buying a plastic and another one more thing that is using or more sustainable?
True.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's the responsibility of EcoKnights and their efforts in towards society. And now we move on to this gentleman here, Wallace Fong. Now he is HES Officer of Project Wood Works. He explained about Wood Works. Now let's hear it from him and how he coincides or their responsibilities towards society.
Hi. Before I talk anything about how our efforts, I'll just do a brief discussion on why I call myself as a HES officer.
Okay.
So HES stands for happiness, environment, and sustainability.
There you
so
go.
Happiness is reason why is because I'm in the in my company is the one who handle human resource, so I have to like try to make sure everyone is happy in the business and happy in the company.
Right. Okay.
So,
it's not easy. Yeah? It's not easy to do that. You've always got to listen to this side, listen to that side.
Have to be a good listener all the time.
Very positive person.
Yeah.
Person.
Okay. I agree.
And environmental wise is like how I explained earlier just now, how what is the environmental efforts that we make, that we are willing to give out to back to the environments. And also for sustainability, I will talk about the production, like what Fadly mentioned earlier, the SDG goals created by UN. We as a company, as a social enterprise, we try to align our business in maybe one of few SDG goals. Like for us, Project Wood Works, we try to incorporate our business ideas in two of the sustainable goals. One of it is the sustainable consumption and production. The other one is the environmental conservation, which I mentioned earlier. For the sustainable consumption and production, we what's our effort is that we try to make sure that our source of producing our products, source of wood, is FSC certified, either FSC certified, PEFC certified, or they are underutilized wood. Like right now, we are actually collaborating with government organization, which is called the MTIB, Malaysia Timber Industry Board. They are supporting us on utilizing local underutilized, or they call it the disposed wood, unused wood, to create and do research and development on our new products. So that's part
in other
of
words,
the efforts.
is it going to be recycled?
It is going to be recycled, or in a better way to say is reused.
Reuse.
Yes.
Okay, there you go. The right word. Okay, reuse.
Yep.
So you reuse things that are not being used.
Yeah, so things are being supposed to be disposed instead of dispose it. Use it for research and development.
I do know. I think we did have an interview also on Traxx FM. There's an outlet somewhere here in KL. And what you see inside there, it's all woodworks, and they have just taken old wood and made it into something. So there are efforts like this. It's just that we do not take the effort to go out there and find things like this or get yourself involved, because it's like a small playhouse. They have a playhouse, a meeting room and things like that, and they have it all there, everything that's made out of reused wood.
It's so cool, right?
Yeah, and it is so sad that people do not patronize places like this. I was taken there by accident, because it's like a food court upstairs, and you're going to eat there, and they say, "What's downstairs? Let's have a look." And when you go down, and that's it. Wow, it's another paradise. And they have been fully supported by the mall. The mall pays everything
Where
for
is
them.
it again?
I think
probably
I know.
I'll tell you.
I know.
Probably
where
I'll tell you after this. It's off air.
Right.
Okay, they were here in the studios. They had a fantastic, brilliant interview with us, and see, a lot of us do not have the efforts. We do not take the efforts to go and look for things like this, or probably it's a problem looking for it. Does Woodwork help promoting it out there using the social media platforms?
We do use our social media to show that what kind of things that we do. Currently, we also try to schedule a proper events with our collaboration partner, which is Landscape Malaysia, thinking that we can go to the sites where they do tree plantation, and maybe we will have a 1 or 2 days trip over there in the site to help them on tree plantation. This is one of the efforts that we are going
what
to,
Project Woodwork does to the society. And they do not depend so much on the social media side, but they get there into the fields, hands-on, educating people, being there with them. I think that's personal touch that you're giving, right?
And that's the experience that we can share, and also possible things that we can show and influence our consumer, influence our audience.
Right. Yeah. So it's not just all talk and leave it on social media. It's being there. Okay, so when we come back, we're just going to have a little bit more on both of our gentlemen and our guests right here in the studios, their big responsibility to society, and how green market and going green it's one of the most important thing, and what their responsibilities are to the society. Right after the short break, right here in Traxx FM. This is Momentum. Together with me is Fadly Bakhtiar, the Program Director of EcoKnights, and we have Wallace Fong, the co-founder of Project Wood Works, and his explanation on what HES Officer is all about. To me, I think it is happy environmentalist Superman. Yeah, he's always out there, man. We'll be back shortly. This is Momentum once again. Good morning. And Robbie Williams, one of my favorites. That was Feel. Back to our interview, and today's topic, as I was saying earlier on, very interesting. Responsible consumerism. Is it dead, or it needs a new approach in going green? That's green market philosophy. In the studios, we have Fadly Bakhtiar, the Program Director of EcoKnights, and Wallace Fong, the co-founder. He's also HES Officer of Project Wood Works. We explained about it, what is Wood Works, what their responsibilities are, and that also goes for EcoKnights. And yes, Fadly, back again with Fadly in the studios, the Program Director of EcoKnights. And could you tell us, or to our listeners, the future plans of EcoKnights? We were talking some interesting projects that you have coming up in the future. So
particularly for this one, the green market is happening this Saturday from the 24th in conjunction with the Earth Hour until the 1st of April in Publica shopping gallery in Kuala Lumpur. So we've organized the green market for the past 4 to 5 years in Publica.
How was the response?
It's really, I think we are one of the like green market bazaar that is very serious about achieving our goals, not just in terms of response or in terms of people purchasing it, but in terms of our conviction and the guidelines that we have,
right?
So the future that we are thinking of green market, I know a lot of people ask us like whether the sales is good. A lot of people come. I think those are the surface part. Those are the end part.
Okay.
But I think
it goes more deeper.
Yeah. On the more philosophical side, or on the long term future, is that green market is supposed to be, what we foresee is green market to be like an online or e-commerce platform, and offline, which is physical market, where people can purchase products. People buy stuff online now more. So, but we want to create this platform where people can look for these green, eco-friendly products online, right?
Yeah.
And supported by physical market, which is the market itself. So people can also go and try and see and interact, right? So that's one. Secondly,
Fadly is a person who's always liking something different. Yeah, he's always approached that. Yeah.
I'm trying to. Yeah, I like being different. Secondly, is that these brands, these products have values. They have potential, and they're good. They're mostly made out of passion. And the way for them to scale up is, one of the main thing for them to scale up is through getting proper certifications for the products. So I can claim my product is organic, but it's not certified. I know it's organic because I use all these organic products, I buy from this and all that, but I cannot scale up because I'm not certified. So we for the past few years we work with different government organizations such as Green Tech, who has My Hijau label, or even Magic, who has the Idea Impact certification, or even Sirim, who has all these certifications. We can facilitate. We plan to facilitate these products or businesses on how they can upscale by certifying their products or their business. So when they are certified, the value of their products or the business will grow, because people now trust that, okay, you say you're green and your product is green because it's certified by a certification body. We are not certification body, so we can facilitate that. The third one is, I think we mentioned about this is going to be costly. Certification, doing all this is going to be costly, whether people want to invest. So how we do it is that with the certification, we should bring these products and businesses to bigger markets in Malaysia. That means having more outreach programs and bringing this not just in KL centric, because now at the moment everything is very KL centric.
Agree. Yeah. We should take it out.
So we should take it out. Johor, Penang, even Pahang, Perak, Terengganu,
Sabah,
Sarawak.
Yeah.
We should. But these are the plans that we have, because we've been doing it for 4 years in KL, and we know that it has the demand, it has the interest. Now we have to have these steps to make sure that the green market becomes a real impact-driven program or project. Rather than saying that it's green, people should go. We ourselves need to be invested in making sure that how we operate the business and the people who work with us has improved their standards.
Very fast, Fadly, could you just let our listeners know if people would like to come into or find out more about you all on the World Wide Web? Could you just give us an address where people our listeners could probably refer to?
Sure. Our official website is ecoknights.org.my, ECOKNIGHTS.org.my. So that is our main official website. Under that, there's a lot of things that you can look for. We have our social media, our Instagram, EcoKnights, our Facebook, EcoKnights. We update a lot of things on a daily basis. I think we are very active in terms of our social media management and strategy. So we talk about local matters and also like global matters too.
And Wallace Fong, probably you could just give us a very fast link or website or anywhere where people can find out more about Project Wood Works and yeah.
You can just go to our website, which is projectwoodworks.co, PROJECTWOODWORKS with the S, Woodworks with the S.co. Or you can look through our social media in our Facebook, in our Instagram, Project Woodworks. Yeah.
Okay, very interesting. So there you go. Looks like we've come to the end of our show. And anything that you would like to say to our listeners? We start with you, Wallace Fong, very quickly.
I'll end the interview with a slogan of our Project Woodworks.
Nice.
Which is style sustainably. You can actually be social conscious with your purchasing behavior. So yeah, there you go. You can style sustainably.
Okay, and Fadly.
Yes, I would like to invite everyone, listeners or your friends, family, to come to the Green Market starting this Saturday at Publica. It's free for all, everyone. It's for kids, for adults. There are a lot of activities. There's workshop, there's talks, there's performances, and the most important is you get to learn about all these amazing businesses that are really trying to make a good impact to the environment. So do your part as a consumer. If you don't know, come and learn. We are there to talk to you for the next 9 days starting this Saturday.
Okay, there you go. All the information given to you. And of course, responsible consumerism, is it dead or it needs a new approach? All your answers was answered here. Thank you so much to Fadly Bakhtiar, the Program Director of EcoKnights, and Wallace Fong, the co-founder of Project Wood Works, and who to me is the happy environmentalist Superman. All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, gentlemen.